Coach 2 again. Thank you for watching another episode / tutorial of distance learning with Coach 2. In this tutorial, we're going to go over Chapter 7.1.3, in which we'll talk about finding the rate in a table as well as finding the rate in a graph. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's begin by reading the intro together. Again, you are the blue and I am the black. Feel free to read along. Chapter 7.1.3, How can I find the rate? Unit rates. News reporters use rates to provide important information. For example, when there is a sudden heavy rain, reporting the rate at which the local river is rising gives people a sense of how quickly it might flood. Sometimes rates are reported in words such as the pitcher struck out the batter thrown at miles per hour. Other times, rates are provided in graphs or tables. For example, a graph or table may be used to report the price of food over time or how rapidly a disease is spreading. Today, your team will develop strategies to find rate in new contexts using tables and graphs. All right, let's go ahead and look at the first problem together. 7-24, maximum miles. I will be going over just this one problem with you, because if you can do this one, you can definitely do 7-26 on your own, and you definitely do need to try it out on your own. So there are 3 parts to it. There's an A and B and a C as well. Let's go ahead and start on part A. It says to copy and complete the table above, leave room to add a 4th column. So let's take a look at the original. I don't want you to copy it like that. I would actually like you to copy the one that's in blue instead. I think it makes more sense for some of you who needs to be a little bit more organized. I think the original one may be a little confusing for some of you as well, because the first column actually goes for both cars. So gas goes for car A and gas also goes for car B. So if you split it up and make a column for car A and another column for car B so that they both have their own gas columns next to them, I think that will make a lot more sense for some of you. Once you have completed the table in part A, go ahead and move on to part B. Part B says which car can travel the fastest on 5 gallons of gas. So you want to compare your data for both car A and B. Let's go ahead and move on to part C. It says add a 4th column. A third car C, uses 6 gallons of gas to travel 120 miles. Add a 4th column to the table in part A and complete the 5 ratios of gallons and miles in the table for car C. Again, you can add the 4th column. So that is what they mean by adding that 4th column. But again, I think some of you need to be a little bit more organized. So I think it would make more sense if you made an extra table with gallons and gas. So then your extra table or your new table would look like this. It's the same gallons of gas as car A and car B has, but now you have a third car to work with. When you're done with part C, move on to 7-26. I did notice there was a typo. It is number 26, not 24. And also do IXL R17 6th grade. All right, let's go ahead and start off by making sure we're in 6th grade, not 1st grade, not kindergarten, not 2nd grade, but 6th grade, please. All right, R17, interpret graphs of proportional relationships. So you want to make sure that you understand how to read a graph. These graphs are considered proportional because the line goes straight up and it goes right through the 0 instead of starting at the middle of the graph. So instead of starting at 2, 3, 5, 6, or even maybe 1. So it's proportional because it goes straight through the 0 and it's a straight line. All right, so how to read a graph. Start with the first number, which is your x value, and our first number is 3, so I'm going to label everything because you know I love to label. So 3 represents ounces. We'll move on to the next number, which is our y, which is this right here on the side, and that's our y. 6 represents seconds. So then you want to see what your graph represents or what these numbers represent. First one says 6 ounces. Well, that's not 6, so the first one is not an option. And then if you read the second one, it says to get 3 ounces of water in his bottle, it takes John 6 seconds, which is true because if you look right here, that also matches and that also matches as well, the 3 ounces. So then the correct answer would be the second option. So then you want to keep practicing. You want to get at least a SMART score of 75 or higher, okay? So I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. Make sure you subscribe somewhere down below. If you need more help, feel free to set up a Google chat with me through Google Classroom or using Candidly so we can chat and figure things out together. Stay tuned for more.